Alright, BSN 1D and 1F. Discuss natin to. Lecture 6, the skeletal system. Well, of course, no, the skeletal system are the bones, the cartilage, and the ligaments. What's the difference between between tendons, cartilage, and ligaments? No. The skeletal system is divided into two. You have the axial, the skull, no, the spine, and the ribs. Hanggang dito sa coccyx. While the appendicular skeleton naman are the appendages, of course, the upper limbs and the lower limbs. The function of the bones, of course, are support. No, it supports the body. It's, like for example, the femur, no? The largest and the heaviest bone in human, very compact yun. The femur class has one sole purpose, and that is to support the body, the organism's body. Movement due to attached skeletal muscle, no? Storage of mineral, calcium and phosphorus. Why is that? Because calcium and phosphorus class are stored in the bones. The bones are primarily made of calcium phosphate. Calcium phosphate, meaning calcium and phosphorus. Around 60%, if I'm not mistaken. And 60+% and the 30+% is collagen. Diba? Kaya naman sabi ko sa inyo before, no? Na-discuss ko na ba to sa 1D? Parang hindi pa, no? Sa 1F, I already mentioned this, that if you wanna eat foods that are rich in collagen, syempre, ano yan? Bone broth yan, no? Blood formation or hematopoiesis. Red blood cell, for example, they are being manufactured in the bone marrow inside the bone. No? Kaya naman yung may mga worst case ng anemia, leukemia, for example, bone marrow transplant yan. Because they wanted to solve the root cause of the problem, and that is the bone marrow not producing enough RBC. The adult has 206. There are two types of osseous. Osseous class is the bone tissue. We call it osseous, no? The bone tissue. Cell, a group of cell is tissue, and when it comes to bone, we call it osseous. You have the compact and the spongy. Pag compact, they are very dense and homogeneous, like the outer layer of the bone. While spongy naman are the small needle-like pieces, like the sponge, no? Many open spaces, and less dense, kumbaga. And they're located in both, for example, in a long bone, dun sa magkabilang dulo. Classification, bones are classified according to the shape, the long, the short, the flat, and the irregular. No? If it is not flat, long, or short, malamang they are irregular, meaning walang specific or particular shape. The long bone are the ulna, for example, the radius, the femur, no? The fibula. Short bone naman are the bones in the carpals, in the wrist, for example, in the feet, no? Ganun din, tarsals. The flat bone naman, like in the skull, and the irregular, like in the spine. They are very irregular. But again, irregular, pero it serves a certain function kasi. Bawat protrusion, bawat arc, sa irregular shape na vertebra, yung individual bone ng spine. So, meron niyang function. Another classification is based on the, again, shape pa din pala to. The long bones, typically longer and wide, have a shaft, no? Yung length niya. And contains mostly compact bone. Kasi yung spongy, dun lang sa magkabilang side, no? Epiphysis, I think, like femur and humerus. Short bones naman, generally cube shape, contain mostly spongy bone. And examples are carpals and tarsals sa feet and sa hand, no? Sesamoid bone form within the tendons. Example of these are patella or kneecap, just like in this diagram. Flat bones naman are thin flattened, so yung layers niya, outer layers niya are compact, pero yung sa gitna, they are spongy. Usually curved, thin layers are of compact bone around the layer spongy bone. Example are ribs, sternum, no? Breastbone. And the ribs, ganun din ang ribs. Flat yung mga yan. Irregular bones does not fit on those fish shapes I've mentioned earlier. Do not fit in other bone classification. Example are the vertebrae, the hip, the ilium, the ischium, no? Ito. Tsaka yung mga bones dito sa front skull. Ito irregular. Gross anatomy of long bone class, you have the diaphysis, the shaft, no, the length. They are made of compact bone and the bone marrow inside. While the epiphysis naman on both ends, the proximal epiphysis and the distal epiphysis. Proximal class, oh, you remember the term, no? Proximal, distal, proximal. Siyempre, towards the point of attachment. So, ito sa may, ano natin yan, sa may shoulder, no? While distal naman, ay yung sa malayo sa point of attachment, distal epiphysis. Epiphysis ends of the bone were made up of spongy bone. Articular cartilage, epiphyseal line. Sa part na to, meron dito mga cartilage dyan class, for what purpose? Dyan kasi yung nagiging point of growth ng bone. Paano ba siya humahaba? May mga growth section dito which are made of cartilage which eventually masosolidify, no? Malalagyan ng calcium and phosphate. Structure of a long bone, the periosteum. Where is it? Periosteum. Outside covering of the diaphysis. Ito, the outermost na layer, which is made of connective tissue membrane. So what's the purpose of this periosteum class? It is where the arteries, no, are passes through. Papunta doon sa compact bone. Wala eh, nandun kasi sa compact bone yung mga cells na osteocytes kung tawagin. Sharpest fiber, where is it? The sharpest fiber, ayan, it's like a glue, no? That secure the periosteum to the compact bone. And arteries are there, no? Nakapalibot sa bone natin yan, sa periosteum to supply bone cells with nutrients. Okay? Again, embedded in this bone class, embedded on the bone tissue, on the osseous, are cells called osteocytes. Actually, there are 3 types of cell: the osteocytes, osteoblasts, and the osteoclasts. Nandyan yan inside the cells. Paano sila makaka-receive ng nutrients? And that is through the arteries. No? Not only nutrients, no, but also oxygen. Siyempre, yung byproduct nila like carbon dioxide and other waste. Paano lalabas yan? So, through arteries pa din. The articular cartilage covers the external surface of the epiphysis. Etong sa magkabilang side, both end of the proximal and distal epiphysis class contains cartilage made of hyaline cartilage. No? Decrease friction at the joint surfaces. Why is that? Kasi, joints, they are in constant contact with the other bone. Siyempre, prone yan sa wear and tear. That's the reason why there is a cartilage there. Tsaka syempre, yan joints yan eh. So, magkadikit yan and cushioning effect din yan. No, cushioning. Meaning parang shock absorber. Alam mo yung mga cartilage, they are soft bone kasi yan eh. And this is the simple illustration of the joint. May joint capsule. Mayroong synovial fluid dito class, joint cavity. Synovial fluid, which is filled with synovial fluid. So synovial fluid, ganun din for the one purpose of lubrication, lubricant, no, sa joints natin para less friction, no. We could easily move our arms, for example, our feet, no, mga appendages natin yan. And the articular cartilage is there, no? Para naman sa ganun nga, cushioning and shock absorber. Again, we're still in the structure of a long bone. You have the medullary cavity. Where is it? The medullary cavity. Ayan. A cavity where the bone marrow where it is filled with bone marrow, contains mostly the site of hematopoiesis or the production of red blood cell. Bone markings. Bone marking class are surface features of the bone, site of attachment of muscle, tendons, and ligaments. No? They are site of attachment. The protrusion, the arc, the depression. Ano yan? May mga function yan, class. Alam mo naman, in anatomy and physiology, every structure has a corresponding function. Some are passage of nerves, di ba? And blood vessels. Categories of bone marking, you have projection and depression. Projection are the grow out from the bone surface. Depression are the indentations or mga depressed part na kalubog. Just like for example, the mental foramen, ito yung mga holes dito. We call it foramen. The infraorbital foramen. These are passageway of arteries and some nerves. Siyempre, may pa din naman kumbaga may sense of pa din yan yung sa skin natin sa mukha. So paano yung signal transmission yan, no? Pag may kumurot sa pisngi nyo, it will go into that nerve, papasok dito, papunta sa brain. Okay? So lahat ng features class, no? Those bone markings, no, has a particular function. Other example of bone markings, like for example, the trochanter, which is the attachment yan for muscle, for tendons, no? The abductor tubercle, ganun din, mga point of attachment yan, class. Diyan naka-attach yung yung muscle. What else? Itong, ganun din tong mga spinous process. Ito naman sa vertebra, ganun. Yung pinakabutas niyan sa gitna ng vertebra natin, class. Siyempre, yan, daanan ng spinal column, ng nerve, no, natin from the brain. Protection din yan. So, anong bang function ng mga bone markings na ito? Protection sa mga nerve, passageway sa mga nerves, point of attachment, movement, no, support. Yan, yung mga functions ng bone markings. Ngayon, let's try to look at the microscopic anatomy of bone. You have the osteon. Osteon is the tawag dito, smallest unit of a bone, no? Nandiyan yung mga class. Nakita mo yung mga rings na yan, ito. Ito mga rings na to. Mga rings na yan, class, composed of nandiyan yung cells pala, embedded nasa loob yung mga cells, which is called osteocytes, no? Merong central Haversian canal that yung osteon class cylindrical in shape, parang can, no, cylinder. Tapos sa gitna niyan pababa, parallel to the cylinder, pababa. Merong central canal. Anong nandoon? Ayun, no, red and blue. So malamang arteries ito, vein and arteries, no. And also the yellow, it also contains the nerve. Carries blood vessels and nerves, so tama 'yon. Aside from the central canal na pababa, ito pababa, no. Meron din diyang perforating canal which is perpendicular naman 'yon, no. It's not parallel. So ito siya, yung pahalang. Yung central vertical, yung perforating anong tawag sa vertical, horizontal. So central canal. What's the purpose? Siyempre, it is to connect those central canal, to connect two or more osteons together. No, it carries blood vessels and nerve. Para pa din sa supply ng nutrients, oxygen. No. Another microscopic anatomy of bone. No, so what else? Osteocytes, the bone cell located in small space called the lacuna. May mga small spaces dito sa may ring band na yan, yung kanina. Ito sa may cylinder, may pabilog-bilog dyan eh. Nandyan yung mga osteocytes, no? And those osteocytes are inside the lacuna. Lacuna class is the space, no, where you can find those osteocytes. Tapos, merong canaliculus. Canal din to, very, very, very small class, no? Which connects, one osteocytes from another. Alright? So, what else do we have here? Okay na yan? Next slide tayo. The lacunae or the lacuna, no? Again, the cavities containing the osteocyte, the bone cell. The lamellae, the rings around the central canal, sides of the lacuna. The ring bands, yung sa kanina, cylinder pero may mga bilog-bilog sa loob. So those are the lamellae.
Alright, there are three types of bone cells. The osteocytes, these are mature bones class, no? More than 90% of the cells in the bone are made up of osteocytes. These are matured cells, no? And then the rest, 10% are osteoblast and osteoclast. So kaunti lang yung amount nito in our bones. Because for example, osteoblast are responsible for bone forming cells. So nandyan lang sila whenever the bones are under growth, no? Or remolding or remodeling. Alright? So kapag may growth, then osteoblast will take part in that bone growth. Or for example, whenever there is fracture, so syempre kailangan ng patch niyan, ng growth, no? Healing, so osteoblast will take part. Osteoclast, on the other hand, is the opposite of osteoblast. These are bone destroying cells. So again, less than 10% lang ito in the bones kasi they will only take part during the remodeling as well and during the release of calcium. You know the bones class. Bone is one of the function dun sa earlier slides natin. One of the function of bone is storage or reservoir of calcium. Calcium kasi is very important in the body kasi it is responsible for muscle contraction. Siyempre, lagi naman tayong gumagalaw, nagmo-move even we are sleeping, 'di ba? Sometimes gumagalaw pa din tayo. So there is this contraction and relaxation of muscle. And also, may mga organs in our body that are muscular, like for example, the heart, no? Heart muscle yan, they are always contracting and relaxing. The point is, kailangan mo ng constant supply of calcium. So yung calcium in our blood must be maintained at a certain level. Pag bumaba yan, dito na pupunta, diyan na papasok yung bone destroying cell or the osteoclast. Osteoclast will start destroying the bones at a microscopic level to release those calcium. Alright? Para mapunta sa blood. At magamit ng muscles natin. Bone remodeling is a process by both osteoblast and osteoclast are involved. Not only calcium class, reservoir din yan ng phosphate or phosphorus. Reservoir of phosphorus. Phosphorus. Phosphate. ATP. Diba? The energy currency of the cell. Adenosine triphosphate. So, all the 13 billion cells in our body are using phosphate. So, nasaan ang reservoir niyan? There, in the bone. These are the comparison between the three osteocytes, osteoblasts and the osteoclasts, the bone builders, the bone maintainers. Maintainers are the osteoclasts or are the osteocytes, and the bone breaker, the osteoclast. There are bone cell types. The three, again, basahin nyo na lang to. Comparison lang din yan ng osteoblasts, osteocytes, and osteoclast. Bone growth class is the process wherein the epiphyseal plates grow, no? Yung magkabilang end ng long bone, for example. New cartilages continuously form. Older cartilage becomes ossified. When I say ossified, meaning solidify or turned into, di ba, cartilage class are soft bone. It will solidify because it will be filled with calcium phosphate. Because the term there is ossified. Cartilage is broken down and bone replaces the cartilage. And again, what is bone? Ano lang yan? Calcium phosphate lang yan. So pag na-ossified yung cartilage, it will be converted into bone. Na? Because microscopically, at a microscopic level, those protein in the cartilage will be replaced by calcium phosphate. A mineral, of course. Mineral formation. Process of bone formation, ossification done by bone forming cells, osteoblasts, of course, because osteoblasts are the builders of bone growth. Remodel and lengthen until growth stops. So at certain age, I think at 20 years old, no, bone in our body stop growing. So hanggang so kapag 20 years old ka na, 18 to 20 years old ka na, yun na yun, no? Wala nang, hindi ka natatangkad niyan talagang. Hindi na tayo tatangkad niyan. Bone change shapes and bone growth in width and in shape. So, merong remodeling na tinatawag. Growth due to hormones and sex hormones. Mas mabilis mag-grow yung width kumpara sa sa length. Bones are remodeled continually in response to calcium level, which I already mentioned earlier. Pull of gravity and muscles on the bone. Na pag mayroon kang hypocalcemia, syempre, ano mangyayari? Microscopically, ma-release yung calcium phosphate, mas ma-remodel yung bone. Kaya nga class, no, bones are storage. They are storage of calcium and phosphate. O calcium, alam nyo na yon sa tawag dyan, neurotransmitter yun eh. And also for what do you call this? Contraction of muscle. Phosphate naman, lalo na. You know phosphate class. Diba? Ano na lang eh, ATP na lang eh, gamit na gamit ng cell yan. Adenosine triphosphate, the energy currency of the cell manufactured in the mitochondria. So, pag na-manufacture yung mitochondria, excess of phosphate, no, will go to the bones. Reservoir kasi yan eh, yung bones. Long bone formation and growth, nabanggit ko na to sa inyo kanina, meron ditong epiphyseal plate cartilage. Ito, itong cartilage na to will serve as a template. This will serve as a template for bone growth. Ito yung ma-ossified, no, mako-convert into calcium phosphate. Pag nangyari yon, itong side na to, itong part na to, at itong part na to, bone growth na yan. Cartilage will be formed, and eventually it will serve as a template for ossification, calcium phosphate, no? So, hahaba na yung bone. Not only, its length, but also its width. Ito yung process. Cartilage grows here, ayan o. Then, it will be replaced by bone, by calcium phosphate, no? Cartilage replaced by bone. So, yun lang naman yung process niyan. Cartilage muna, and then will be replaced by bone. So, paano yung remodeling? At kung nakita nyo yung broken lines na yan, ito dapat. So, ibig sabihin, may excess na bone ka dito, layer ng bone dito. So, it will be reabsorbed. It will be destroyed by osteoclasts, no? Remodeled kasi. Bone destroyer, bone breaker. A fracture, on the other hand, is a break in the bone. I'm not sure if you could still hear this, ha? Ang lakas kasi ng ulan. Pero hopefully marinig nyo. If not, self-study nyo na lang yung PowerPoint presentation na to. Pero mamaya titila naman siguro yan. There are many types of bone fractures. There are two types of bone fractures, the closed and the open. When you say closed, syempre, break that does not penetrate the skin. Pero pag open, wala. Yung broken bone, it penetrates through the skin. Medyo masakit ito kasi may tatama ang mga nerves, no? Like for example, yung ribs natin, pag nabali yan at tumusok sa lungs or sa epithelial, sa skin, hindi ka talaga makakagalaw nun. Bone fractures are treated by the reduction and immobilization. Kaya usually, mga tali-tali lang, no? Kahoy, diba? Mga emergency, no? Sa Boy Scout. No? Realignment of bone, either by precision hands or surgery. Lagyan ng bakal. Para mag-guide lang yung growth ng bone, para makapag-work yung osteoclast ng maayos. Osteoblast pala. So, there are types of fractures. The comminuted bone breaks in many fragments. Kapag naman na-crush yung bones, we call it compression. Kapag naman na-press forward, we call it depression. Pag naman yung bones are forced on each other, we call it impacted. Spiral naman. When excessive twisting na twist, no? Pag naman green stick, ibig sabihin may part of the bone, may part ng layer ng bone yung na-break and the other part remains intact. Just like the green stick of plants, no? Flexible kasi. Usually yung green stick na experience lang to ng mga bata. See, flexible pa yung bones nila. Pag matanda na, syempre, medyo fragile na yung bones, ano na yun, ito, mababali na lang yun. Repair of bone fractures. These are the stages on how the body, no, repair the bone. Hematoma muna, syempre, blood-filled swelling. Ano yan? Immune system, immune response yan. Mamamaga muna, mga anti-inflammation. Inflammatory response. Then after that, the break is splinted by fibrocartilage. O, sabi ko sa inyo kanina, di ba? Cartilage will always serve as a template for bone formation. Cartilage muna bago makapag-act si osteoclast to form the callus. So kapag may callus ka na, meron ka ng template, pwede na yan ma-filled in with calcium phosphate and eventually become bones. Fibrocartilage callus is replaced by bony callus, yan sabi ko, no? And bony callus is remodeled to form permanent patch. The younger you are, syempre, the greater the chance, no, na ma-remodeled or ma-patch or ma-heal completely yung fracture mo. Stages in healing of the bone, you have hematoma, fibrocartilage, bony callus, and bone remodeling, just like the explanation from the previous slide. The axial skeleton, on the other hand, class, are it forms the longitudinal part of the body, the skull, the sternum, the ribs, no, and the spinal column or the vertebrae. Skull, the vertebral column, and the bony thorax. So here is the skull, the vertebral column, and the ribs, of course, the thorax. No? Two sets of bone, the cranium and the facial bones. Bones are joined by sutures, no? Interlocking immovable joints. May tawag dyan, I just forgot. Later on, may naman dyan. Nakalagay sa diagram. Ibig sabihin ko sa interlocking yung bone sa skull. No? Para siyang may sutures. Only the mandible is attached by a free movable joint. And the rest, ay hindi. Immovable, interlocking na. There are 8 cranial bones. Okay na tayo dito as long as you memorize these 8. Syempre, nurse ka, hindi mo alam yung occipital. Hindi man pwede yun. You should know the basic parts, no, of the skull or the 8 cranial bones. The ethmoid, sphenoid, frontal, parietal, dalawa yan, kaya 7. Kaya magiging 8 kasi 6 lang to eh. Temporal, temporal lobe, and the occipital. Occipital lobe, ito, sa likod. So, dalawa yung temporal, dalawa yung parietal. That's why, 8 cranial bones. And the sutures that I'm referring to earlier, ito, interlocking yan. Sa adult, no? Pero sa baby kasi, soft pa yan, cartilage pa to eh. We call it, fontanelles. Fontanelles. Pero as the baby develop and grow into a toddler and a kid, and pag nag-adult siya, nagiging permanent patch na to. Not cartilage anymore. Pag baby, syempre malambot ang bungo niyan. Kasi nga, cartilage pa lang eh. To allow the growth of the brain. Facial bones naman, the nasal. Ito, you should know this as well. The nasal, the lacrimal, zygomatic, inferior, vomer, maxilla, and mandible. Ano naman na yan? Sa nyo na? Sa lab, no? Sa Anapi lab nyo na to. I-memorize. The skull, the complete label of the bones in the skull. The human skull, okay. So, superior view. Anterior view. Foramen ha, syempre, dyan dadaan yung lahat ng mga nerves natin. You memorize this in your Anapi lab. Kung mahigpit-higpit ang prop nyo, talagang lahat ng detailed ng parts na yan, dapat memorize ninyo. And the paranasal sinuses class, these are hollow portion of the bone surrounding the nasal cavity. Kailangan to so that the skull, and the skull, no, remains light. Kasi kapag compacted ng bone yan, ay mabigat yan. No? What's the function of this paranasal cavity? It lightens the skull and it gives resonance and amplification to the sound. It makes it's our voice, the sound, no, the quality of it medyo mas okay. Remember class, for example, whenever we catch a flu, no? Pag medyo sinisipon tayo, our voice also changes. Kasi wala filled kasi yung cavity ng ng mucus, no? Kaya nababago yung boses. The hyoid bone is the only bone that does not articulate, no? It's not connected daw with other bones. So naka-float lang siya sa muscle. Serve as a movable base for our tongue. Syempre kailangan ng tongue mo 'yon, no? Kailangan muscle kasi yung tongue natin So syempre it has to be attached to the bone pa din. And in this case, that is hyoid bone. Hyoid bone. So kailangan pa rin ng point of attachment yung tongue with the bone. And which allows our tongue to to move the raises and lower the larynx when we swallow and speak. And alam nyo, sabi din yung hyoid bone daw and the muscle surrounding it is responsible din for part of it responsible din for sleep apnea or snoring, for example. Kasi kapag nakahiga tayo when we are in a lying position, yung hyoid bone and the muscle surrounding it tends to move backward. So medyo natatakpan yung airways, nagba-vibrate tuloy. So diyan yun yung reason minsan kung bakit nagkakaroon ng nag-snore yung mga tao. The fetal skull, gaya ng sabi ko sa inyo kanina, it contains it is small. Sabi lang dito sa slide na to, the fetal skull is large compared to the infant's total body length. And it is obvious for the obvious reason that is to allow to facilitate the growth of brain pa. And may mga fontanelles, fibrous membrane connecting the cranial bones. O, di ba? Wala pa yung sutures na permanent interlocking no? Ano pa lang meron? Cartilage, soft bone dito, sa bunbunan. Allow the brain to grow and for easier delivery during birthing. Convert to bones with 24 months after birth. Kailangan medyo soft yung ulo class kasi hindi yan makalabas kaagad sa birth canal, no? Pag nanganganak yung mother, for example. The fetal skull, ito yung sinasabi natin dyan, na malambot pa. Ingat na ingat yung mga grandparents natin dyan, class. No? Baka mauntog, mabubutas. Why is that? Because again, may mga fontanelles to mga to, so medyo soft bone cartilage, hindi pa siya totally close. The vertebral column na tayo, or the spine. No? The vertebrae is the plural for the plural form for the vertebra, no? Separated by intervertebral disc, and this intervertebral disc class are cartilage pa din yan, 'di ba? Yung pero hindi yan template cartilage yan na ang sole purpose is for for shock absorber. Alam mo naman ang spine class, it supports the upper body. Na yan, nakukompress yan. So kailangan in between the vertebrae merong mga intervertebral disc which are made up of soft or made up of cartilage. Each vertebrae is given a name according to its location. So meron tayong C1 to C7, we call it cervical. C1 to C7. No? From our neck pababa, C1 to C7 yan. No? Atlas is the first vertebra under cervical, yung C1, no? And then, after C7, after pang 7, 7th vertebra, mag-start ka na with T1. We call it thoracic curvature. Thoracic vertebra. So, T1 to T12. 12 yon, that corresponds to the 12 ribs. Ibig sabihin, each of the rib class is connected to each of the vertebra in the thoracic curvature. Then, yung sa pinakababa naman, you have the L1 to L5, the lumbar curvature. Okay? The sacrum, which is divided into two, the sacrum and the coccyx. Sacrum class is 5 vertebra fused into one, while coccyx 4 fused vertebrae. No, naka-fuse na sila, ibig sabihin hindi sila movable, unlike the C1 to C7, T1 to T12. And the L1 to L5. Sacrum and coccyx are fused together. How is the spine related to breathing, class? Okay, importante ito sa mga sa mga respiratory BSRT, no? You have to understand that the spine, the ribs, and the respiratory muscle class are responsible for breathing. Hindi naman kasi muscle ang lungs na pwede nating i-expand and i-contract, no? Wala, hindi yan ganun. Ang nagpapacilitate ng breathing are the diaphragm, number 1, the intercostal muscle, in between the ribs yan, ha? Intercostals are muscle in between the ribs. And they facilitate breathing. Pag nag-expand yung diaphragm, no? Pag nag-contract, nag-expand yung muscle in between the ribs, then mahihila, mai-expand palabas, mai-expand yung lungs natin. So any deformity in the spine, no, will cause difficulty in breathing. Like for example, scoliosis. Ito yung pinaka-common scoliosis, no? Restrictive lung disease, difficulty in expanding the lungs because of the deformities of the spine and the ribs. Or spinal cord injury, for example, weaken or paralyze respiratory muscle. Like for example, the diaphragm and the muscle in between the ribs or the intercostal muscle may cause difficulty in breathing. Structure of typical vertebrae. So, ayan, we have the arc. Again ha, each structure of the vertebra class, meron niyang function. Like for example, the body. Ang pinaka-main function ng body ng vertebra is to support Yan kasi naka-press doon sa cartilage. No? So, this arc, this vertebral arc naman, syempre, it will protect all the nerves that will pass through it. Dito sa butas na to, sa foramen. Ano yan makapal yan, nerves yan from the brain down to the spine. Tapos magba-branching off na lang yan sa limbs natin, sa paa, sa kamay. Pero most of the ribs, syempre dito yan, most of the nerves dito yan nakasuot sa foramen na to. Tapos itong mga spinous process, mga point of attachment ng muscle yan. This is the main purpose, the vertebral body, the foramen, di ba, protect the spinal cord. Spinal cord class are the nerves. Huwag kayong malito doon, ha. Cord, the nerves, the cord from the brain, kadugtong ng brain yan. Spinous process, attachment yan ng muscle, articular process, intervertebral foramen, passage ng spinal nerves, of course. And the regional characteristic, no? Bawat region class meron yung specific na function. Like for example, this region, the cervical region. Ano yan? Support yan ng skull natin, ng head natin. While ito naman, the thoracic naman, attachment yan ng ribs. While ito namang lumbar, ang function yan is to support din naman the weight of the upper body natin. Alright, nadoble pala. The bony thorax na tayo. Bony thorax class are the ribs itself. It forms a cage to protect the major organs, which is very obvious naman yun. The true ribs are 1 to 7 kasi it has a complete connection to the sternum. No? Tingnan mo yung 1 to 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, may connection siya dito sa sternum. Well, itong last na, itong 8 to 12, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, itong last na 5, hindi yan connected dito sa sternum. I mean, connected pa din naman, pero kasi ito nag-fuse na sila sa cartilage. Nag-fuse na. Ang talagang hindi connected sa sternum, itong 11 and 12, floating ribs kasi sila. So, wala silang cartilage sa dulo, not connected to the sternum. So, you have the true ribs and the rest is the false ribs. Intercostal spaces, which are made up of muscle to hindi lang kita syempre dito kasi skeletal system tayo. Pero there are muscles in between the ribs. We call it the intercostal. They contract, they relax to facilitate breathing. Para ma-expand. Kailangan mo kasing ma-expand yung yung ribs mo. Mabubabol din kasi yan. Pag in-expand mo yan through diaphragm and the intercostal muscle, then may expand na yung lungs. The bony thorax, the sternum, the ribs, and the thoracic vertebrae. So, the thoracic vertebrae are the vertebra, the spine. How many vertebra do we have? Pag inad mo yung C, tsaka yung T, tsaka yung L. tsaka yung mga fuse na sa ilalim, coccyx and the sacrum. 126 bones, the limbs, the pectoral girdle, and the pelvic girdle. This is the appendicular skeleton, no? The upper limbs and the lower limbs. Kasama na yung scapula dyan, tsaka yung clavicle mo, tsaka yung pelvic mo. You have the pelvic, the pectoral girdle, and all the bones attached to them. Pectoral girdle muna, the shoulder, no? Composed of 2 bones, the clavicle, the collarbone, yun ha? Yung nasa likod. And the scapula, the shoulder blade. These bones allow the upper limb to have exceptionally free movement due to each shoulder girdle attaches to the axial skeleton at one point. Later on, we'll have the diagram for this. Loose yung attachment ng scapula, ha? Hindi siya talaga naka-attach sa epiphysis, no? Ng long bone, no? Para makagalaw yung arms natin ng maayos. The glenoid cavity is shallow and the shoulder joint is poorly reinforced by ligaments. So where is the structure for that? Ayan. Okay. So look at the clavicle, the acromoid joints. Hindi naman talaga nakakonect yan dito sa humerus natin. Ang nakakonect lang dyan sa humerus is this one, the labrum. So, glenohumeral joint, ito yung pinaka-spaces in between the humerus and the labrum. Para kung mapansin nyo kasi class, mas mas nagagalaw natin yung arms natin, no? Ng maigi compare to the lower limbs. No? Kasi mas loose ang connection ng humerus dito sa pectoral girdle. Mas loose yung connection niya. Sige nga, kaya nyo bang magalaw yung paa natin, no? Just like how we could move our arms. Hindi, di ba? Kasi nga, loose yung connection. The bones of the shoulders are the scapula, yan, the clavicle. Yun lang yung dapat yung malaman, class, and not the detail of this, no? Basta ma-identify nyo lang yung scapula, shoulder, scapula and the clavicle, no? So ito again the illustration and complete label of the parts of the scapula. Pero as a nurse class dapat yung basic bones you could identify. Hindi niyo naman na kailangan malaman tong for example the coracoid process, no need. The acromion, hindi na kailangan yan, class. As long as you can identify the scapula, the clavicle, yan, the humerus, and the basic bones in the body, ayos na yun. Baka kasi matanong kayo ng mga prof nyo sa higher years ay hindi nyo masagot. Nako, yari kayo dyan. Bones of the upper limb, the humerus, of course, yan, dapat humerus, alam nyo yan. Tapos lahat ng long bone, syempre, diaphysis, epiphysis, yan lang, para ma-identify nyo. Distal, proximal, ganun. And the ulna and radius, yan, you should also memorize this. The hand, the carpals, the metacarpals, and the phalanges, yan. Dapat alam din yan. Should you know the trapezoid, trapezium, scaphoid? Hindi na. Okay na tayo sa carpals, metacarpals, and the phalanges. The bones of the pelvic girdle class are composed of 3 pairs, like the ilium, ischium, and pubic bone that are fused together. The total weight of the upper body rests on the pelvis, so it supports the upper weight of the body. Protects several organs, the reproductive, the urinary, the part of the large intestine, of course. The pelvis, ayan, the pelvis, the detailed, no? The detailed parts, anatomy of the pelvis. The sacrum, part of the vertebrae, the coccyx, ganun din. The ilium, the ischium, yan. And then the pubic arc. This pubic arc class will let you determine whether a skeleton is a male or a female. Again, another detailed anatomy. of the pelvis. Ayan eh. If the pelvic arc class is less than 90 degree, medyo narrow, then that is male. Kapag naman ito medyo more than 90 degree, medyo wide, no? Then it is female. Why is that? To allow, no, the birthing process. Para madaling malabas yung baby. Siyempre, sa male naman, wala namang birthing process sa male. The bones of the lower limbs, the thigh, the biggest and the most dense, no? Heaviest bone in the body, the femur. It makes sense kasi ano bang function yan? It has a sole function and that is to support the weight of the entire body. Strongest bone in the body. The leg has two bones, the tibia and the fibula, just like the radius and ulna sa upper limbs natin. The foot, the tarsus, the metatarsals, and the phalanges, just like in our hands, no? Medyo complex lang ng kaunti itong bones natin because it is made up of three strong arches, arcs. The two longitudinal, tapos isang transverse. O, diba? Bakit may mga arc yung feet natin? O, bakit ba yung mga bridges, no? May mga arc na shapes ang mga bridges. Ano bang meron sa bridges? Diba? They support the weight of the vehicles. So, same thing din dito, class. May arc yung paa natin to support the entire weight of the organism, human. So, para maging efficient yung distribution of weight, distribution of weight, dapat naka-arc. Just compare sa flat. Disadvantage kapag flat-footed ka eh. Hindi ka masyadong, hindi ka ganun ka-balance mo. No? Compare sa mga hindi flat-footed. May mga ganyan tao kasi it's genetics yan eh. Traits yan that can be transferred from parent to offspring. So, kung flat-footed ka or may shape yung may arc yung yung paa mo. So, yung mga flat-footed, medyo hindi sila ganun ka mag-balance. Pero itong mga with arc, no? Yung may shape yung feet nila, yung foot nila, mas sa balance. Distal transverse. So, ito yung diagram niya. You have the longitudinal, proximal transverse, medial longitudinal arc. The point here is that merong mga arc, no? At yung purpose niya? Para ma-efficiently distribute the weight of an organism. Joints naman, articulation of bones, the connections between two bones. Function of joints are to hold bones together, allow for mobility. And ways joints are classified depends on the functionality or structural. So marami to ha. Functionally, merong synarthrosis, ampiarthrosis, and diarthrosis. Pag synarthrosis, immovable. Yung isa naman, slightly, and then diarthrosis, freely movable joints. And we have a diagram for this, of course. Synarthrosis, immovable yan. Diarthrosis, yan, talagang movable joints yan. Ampiarthrosis, just like in the vertebra, slightly movable lang yan. Structural classification of bone joints, fibrous joints, cartilaginous joints, and synovial joints. Fibrous, generally movable, cartilaginous joints, immovable, and synovial joints, because of the synovial fluid, freely movable yan. For example, the sutures, no? In the skull, kagaya ng nabanggit natin kanina sa skull. Siyempre, immovable yan, class. Cartilaginous joints naman, bones connected by cartilage are slightly movable yan. Like the vertebral column, no? The intervertebral disc, which are cartilage. Siyempre, fibrocartilage yun eh. Slightly movable. Pero may mga synovial fluid, no? Synovial joints. Ayan talaga, they're very movable. Like the carpals, no? Like the knee. Features of synovial joints, it is made up of articular cartilage, hyaline cartilage naman yon. Joint surfaces are closed by a fibrous articular capsule. Siyempre, kailangan may capsule yan para hindi mag-leak, no? Yung synovial fluid. No? The joint cavity is filled with fluid. Ligaments reinforce the joints. Which I already explained, no? Function ng fluid natin na yan. It also has a bursae or bursa, flattened fibrous sacs, lined with synovial membranes and filled with synovial fluid also, which also helps for in movement. Tendon sheet, we have a diagram for this, of course. Tendon sheets are elongated bursa that wraps around the tendon. So here is our diagram for that. Here is the bursa, the ligament that connects what? Bones to what? The tendon, which connects what? Bones to, no? And there is a cavity that separates the joints. The joint cavity containing the synovial fluid, no? And this fluid, of course, is to lessen the friction because again, it is movable. The types of synovial joints based on shapes, may mga analogy dyan na diagram. Plain joint, hinges joints, like just like in the door, in the doors, no, hinges. Pivot joints to allow rotation. You have the condyloid joint, like in metacarpals, no, sa fingers natin. The saddle joint, like in metacarpals as well. And the ball and socket joints, just like how the connection of scapula and the humerus in our up arm. Inflammatory condition like the bursitis or the inflammation of the bursa, usually caused by a blow or a friction to the knee. Kapag medyo na wear and tear na siya, no? Tendonitis, ganun din, inflammation of the tendon. Arthritis is the most common. Inflammation, pwede yung, there are many different types of arthritis class. But it is inflammatory or degenerative disease of the joints. Namamaga yung mga joints. Like for example, the osteoarthritis, the wear and tear. Wala ganun lang talaga. When we grow old, part yan, wear and tear, gas-gas na yung epiphysis. So, yung joints natin, may inflame talaga yan. Rheumatoid arthritis naman are autoimmune. So, ito naman, hindi naman lahat nagkakaroon because this is autoimmune. Ibig sabihin, the immune system attacks the joints, making it inflamed, namamaga. Symptoms begin by the inflammation of a certain joints, often lead to deformities. And another common arthritis class is gouty arthritis, which is caused by by uric acid, no? Beans, ano pang mataas sa uric acid? Red meat, no? So kapag yung mga parents natin or maybe our grandparents, pag medyo tumatanda sila, uric acid, they tend to accumulate in the joints. So nagkakaroon ng inflammatory response. Kailangan babaan yung pagkain ng uric acid, ng food that are rich in uric acid. Usually affects only one joint and can usually be controlled with diet. O, di ba? Kasi nga, it's a matter of controlling the diet. Choosing the food we eat. Pag mga beets, red meat, yan, mataas sa yan, uric acid yan.